a clean championship fight. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
Liam Wilson made no bones about it. I know I'm in Oscar Valdez's hometown. I know that he is the favorite. I have to knock him out to win. And sometimes you have to change the chip coming into the most important fight of your life, King.
It's important for him to set the tone and set the tone early on Oscar Valdez. And it's all going to be about controlling distance and range, which he does very, very well for Liam Wilson.
3 Australians fighting for world titles this weekend. Liam Wilson is the first to go. We talked about the emotions, Tim, and Yokasta Valle and Sinisa haven't reined that in. When you're fighting at home, there's also a desire to show out, especially after the way the last fight ended for Valdez.
Yeah, I mean, that's been Valdez's Achilles heel. A lot of times he doesn't use his brain. He uses his heart to fight. Cautious tonight, you know, Wilson can punch. And right out the gate, you can see how cautious, and you see the defense of Oscar Valdez. That's not a good thing early on for Valdez. Land some significant punches early to try to deter the young bull.
Look who's sitting ringside. Eric El Terrible Morales, just off camera above the judge who was the referee last time that Liam Wilson was in the ring. Had that long count for Emanuel Navarrete. That's Chris Flores there.
You're starting to see the swelling already.
Yep.
On Valdez. You see the redness around the right eye. Ooh, left hook right there from Wilson. Turning it over. Wilson is easy. He'll paw with that lead hand, and he'll get you to commit, and he'll just stay right outside of mid-range to outside, and he will step back and he'll catch you as you're coming in.
You'll remember that the hand that actually dropped Navarrete was 2 overhand rights, so you're so preoccupied with Wilson's wanted left hook that he lands there to the body of Valdez that sometimes you overlook his power right.
What I'm not overlooking is the uppercuts that Liam Wilson has added to his craft. The plan is to catch Valdez when he's in that crouch position. He got to be careful, and he possesses a nice straight right hand too. He'll change it up.
Nice body shot there from Valdez.
That's where Valdez needs to live. He needs to live on the inside. Williams is not very comfortable on the inside. Yes, he will fire back, but that's not his strong suit. His strong suit is from outside to mid-range.
Stop, don't punch. Be
Reach
careful.
advantage for Liam Wilson, so that's why the importance of Valdez to get inside.
You see the distance control by Wilson as Valdez try to step in and close distance. You see him take a step back and makes him fall short.
Hands free, guys. Obey the bell here. Time.
There is a Mexican legend, a Hall of Famer, class of 2018, Eric El Terrible Morales, the first man on American soil to beat Manny Pacquiao. I have another one sitting next to me, but also a man who was an 8th division champion in Manny Pacquiao. He had to go through Eric Morales, a Mexican legend who loved to box, but he really enjoyed fighting.
You know, when Wilson is in control, you want to know how he's in control? He got the pressure fighter moving backwards. And that's Oscar Valdez.
The instructions for Liam Wilson were keep touching him. It's a 12-round fight. And there you see him touching to the body of Valdez.
Wilson's doing a lot in there. I mean, those uppercuts, small, short shots on the inside. You see him reach around down to the body, changing things up. Always been Valdez's Achilles heel. Closing distance.
And the age starts to show. The wars start to show on your face, as we're seeing with Oscar Valdez.
You're not going to be able to catch and shoot Valdez. You got to get closer. Liam Wilson is doing well, again, mid-range to outside. And he's just using his arms. He's using his reach advantage.
Well, that was a wild left hook. Now you see the blood streaming from the left nostril of Liam Wilson.
And I think he'll do that when things are not going well for him. If you see Valdez starting to mount an attack and be consistent with his work, he will turn to southpaw to change things up.
Valdez now trying to land that overhand right to counter the left of Liam Wilson. I mean, you feel the tension, Tim, as Valdez lands a nice left. Now a strafing body shot.
Valdez get a little bit closer. That's a perfect range for him. But he has to dig down to that body. It's a large frame that Wilson has. And you start digging out to that body, you start sucking the life out of him, little by little.
And this is where Valdez wants to be.
Yes.
But that was a nice right uppercut from Wilson as Valdez lands a left hook.
And he will try to counter on the inside with the left hook particularly. See, I can't stand that high guard usage. It's terrible. You know, Canelo gets away with it.
You.
And you give your opponent the initiative coming forward.
Momentum as well, yes.
Stop, don't punch, be careful. I got it. Oh, here's the bell, guys.
Let's listen in to Liam Wilson, who goes back sporting a bloody nose.
Don't call them, okay? Slow the pace into the end, mate. Every exchange is so far. There's so many rounds to go.
Liam Wilson returning with his former trainer, Ben Harrington, back home in Australia after challenging for the world title with Barry Hunter in his corner. Said, got nothing but great things to say about Barry, Boogie, and the folks over at Headbangers, but I wanted to go back to my original team. See that short left hook there from Valdez to open up round 3.
Yeah, Valdez will start. He'll set that punch up by, again, using that jab, coming down the middle. And then he'll use the same mechanics as the jab. Steps in fully, but he'll change it into a hook to try to surprise his opponents. Oh, left hook right there from Liam. See, at range, what Liam is doing, he's just keeping Valdez occupied defensively when he's just touching. Not really throwing with a whole lot of power, but he's extending his hands and he's physically touching Valdez and keeping him honest. It's good shots right there from Valdez. Valdez is starting to land some heavy shots to the body. And he's starting to slowly find his range. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Look, I do understand. I mean, Canelo Alvarez throws a ton of hooks, you know, and that's the way he's trained. You know, power shot.
Nice
Shot. However,
left.
it'd be nice if he can throw a straight right hand for once in his life, Oscar Valdez. Because Liam sees those shots coming and he loads up with everything every time he throws.
Eddie Reynoso not going through a good spell.
Oh,
Nice
good
right
uppercut.
from Wilson.
And he's going to land that shot and it's going to be there all night because Oscar Valdez he will crouch down right in front and he'll keep his head right there as he does there. And the uppercut is available for Wilson.
And he's trying to set up that left hook as Valdez as he makes himself vulnerable to the right uppercut of Liam Wilson. Nice straight right from Wilson, parried partially by Valdez. That's a straight jab.
Good shot right there, Valdez, stepping in. Stepping in behind his jab and really ripping down to the body with his right hand.
Now the blood emanating from the nose of Wilson more profusely. They start to exchange punches.
Right hand.
And
the counter. Valdez taking a little bit off of that, the little steam off that punch by rolling his head.
A good left hook from
going
Wilson.
with that punch. Yes, it was. But when Valdez chooses to strike, he doesn't miss often.
Close third round here in Glendale, Arizona. Tonight's main event, Oscar Valdez against Liam Wilson for the interim WBO junior lightweight title.
Valdez is being patient. You know, I don't know if I like the patience. You know, he needs to get after it.
There he goes.
And that's where he needs to live. He needs to live right there inside that pocket and dig down to that body of Wilson.
Yeah, he's got to find a way to slow down the younger Wilson.
Yes.
Because Wilson's got a nice right hand as well.
Ooh.
Right, don't push.
Wilson just got one hand free, and he's just coming up with shots, just trying to bruise the face of Valdez.
That was his plan. That's what he told Mark Kriegel he would be doing.
And you see, look at that right eye starting to swell up.
There's that
good shot.
Quick double hook from Oscar Valdez.
That's what Valdez, he needs to get a little bit more consistent with his punches.
Get your hands free, guys. Get out of there. Get your hands free.
We saw how grossly inflamed that right eye got against Emanuel Navarrete. And so Oscar Valdez trying to avoid that against Liam Wilson, who starts to dig to the body here with the left hooks.
Put the uppercut inside. See, Liam Wilson is willing to sit right now, and he's trying to fight fire with fire. His trainer's probably going to say, hey, man, get back on the outside once he goes back to that corner. What are you doing?
I mean, he's bringing Wilson into his fight, Tim.
Yes.
He's
Come on,
abandoned the distance control. That's a low blow.
Keep him up. It's all right. It was on the belt, baby. Ready to go?
And
Come on, keep him
Mark
up here.
Nelson says that was on the belt line.
Love the way Nelson was able to sell that. He was like, it was on the belt line. Keep
Was
it up. Yeah.
All right, Oscar Valdez says, let's dig deep and go for broke.
See, some fighters, they'll get hit low on the belt line, and they'll say, oh, it was low. Yeah, just because it was on the top of the cup doesn't mean it was low. And they'll look to buy themselves some time. But Nelson, he said, it was on the belt line. And now the fight's continuing. That's called a sell from the referee.
Nice double jab from Valdez, sets up the right.
However, with his age and all the wars he's been in, he's slowed down a bit. That number has diminished.
Hands free, guys.
And it's also the work with Eddie Reynoso. They want to make him a defensive fighter who counters and sets up shots like this instead of just going out there and going to war.
Wilson now is fighting Valdez's fight. He's giving up his height, and he's trying to bang in the inside, and he's trying to go punch for punch with Valdez.
Ooh, that was a nice shot.
That hurt.
Right in the solar plexus from Valdez.
Some variation right there from Wilson fighting inside the inside.
Wilson with the left hook to the liver.
Good uppercuts.
Don't hook with a hooker, but if you have to go downstairs.
I got a tie, but the momentum is with Oscar Valdez. The way it started, and by the way, Liam Wilson is about 12 pounds bigger, typically bigger, but Liam Wilson acted like the bigger, longer fighter for the first 2 rounds, and then Oscar penetrated his defense, and he's landed tougher shots inside.
So what they're trying to do now is they're trying to wear down Oscar. They're trying to make him fight at a pace that he's not comfortable fighting. He's the older fighter. They're trying to make him use his legs. They're trying to force him back. They're trying to gas him.
Liam said, look, Valdez said that Navarrete hits hard. I didn't think Navarrete hit that hard.
Then why did he get knocked out?
Yeah,
Why he get stopped?
He got worn down.
Yeah, he got stopped, but he didn't get knocked.
Punch out of there. Get your hands
The live
free.
odds now
All right,
have
break the
started to switch in favor of Valdez. Started at minus 375 on ESPN Bet, and now he's at minus 700 for a plus 400 move by Wilson. There's that jab from Valdez. We talked about the experience.
Valdez now using some athleticism, some good defense right now, making Liam fall short. There's the southpaw.
Yep.
So he turns southpaw because he had a hard time finding success, but then he turns back orthodox when he didn't like that front that Valdez was showing. He thought he was setting him up with something because he was along the ropes and he wouldn't move.
Look,
So he's like, I'm gonna switch back.
I've seen Wilson fall short with a couple of uppercuts and then Valdez land downstairs. Leaping shot from Liam Wilson. I don't think he needs to do that. He's the longer fighter.
It's the game plan he's trying to follow. You know, when he was staying from the outside, the mid-range, outside the mid-range, he was doing extremely well. But right now, again, the game plan is to try to wear down Valdez. But however, Valdez has made an adjustment by using his legs and defense to set up his attacks.
I can't help but think about what happened when he suffered a broken
uppercut.
jaw against Scott Quigg. I'm not saying it's that, but
Look, Valdez is using smarts. He's using smarts right now, using his experience. Ooh, good right hand.
Liam Wilson.
Come on. Breathe. Don't punch. Here's the bell. Obey the bell. Time. Good job.
Ooh. Wilson gets in Oscar Valdez's space as he heads back to his corner.
You provide a lane for that uppercut, but beautiful uppercut on the inside. You know, that's a new punch that he added to his arsenal to get ready for this fight. You know, that tells you right there that he studied. You know, he watched film, him and his team. And that shot
has worked on his craft leading up to this world title opportunity, and they both meet each other in the center of the ring.
Wilson wants to fight. He wants to make this a war. Yeah, that's what he wants. He's like, no, let's make it a war. Sit there and exchange with me, Valdez.
Oh, nice right hook from Liam Wilson.
And Liam, in his head, he's thinking to himself, like, I'm not going to win this fight by boxing. I'm going to win this fight by taking it to him and trying to beat on him every single round. That's how I'm going to win this fight.
Well, we talked about left hooks. The Mexican fighters love the body shots. Oscar Valdez loves that. But he's also keeping that right elbow tuck, protecting from Wilson's body shots here.
He's going to have to, because Wilson, again, he's the taller fighter, and he has the leverage in that shot.
Ooh, that's a nice left hook from Valdez.
Oh, big shot. That's Oscar Valdez right there, folks.
Defend yourself.
Vintage Oscar Valdez, and you do not want him to get momentum coming down the hill, because this is where Oscar Valdez feeds off the crowd, comes to get you and punish you.
You know, look, you'll look brilliant if the game plan is working. However, in these moments right here, you look silly. You're the taller fighter. You have the ability to fight outside the mid-range, and you're not doing that. And Valdez is making you pay.
Oh,
Something
what a
to be
nice
said.
right uppercut
Look at that.
from Oscar Valdez. He took a page out of Wilson's book.
There's no point to be here, but I just feel that in Wilson's heart,
Oh, another one.
he wants this war. He's always envisioned this type of fight.
He said, this is going to be a modern-day classic.
I mean, the fans love it. You know, they love a guy that's vulnerable and there to be hit at times, and a guy that likes to throw leather as well.
Valdez being very crafty here.
Yes.
Trying to put Wilson in a bad place. Ooh, there's a nice straight right from Wilson. You can't get lackadaisical against Wilson either, though. Oh, a short counter left hook from Oscar Valdez. And that, you know, if the right uppercut is the weapon
big right hand
from Wilson, I think the shortened left hook from Valdez has surprised me tonight.
You know, he told us in the fighter meeting that, hey, I work hard, but I don't work as hard as I did when I was younger, because now I understand I don't have to.
Time.
He works smarter. So far. Some great action from Valdez until he made that mistake, though.
Yes, I mean, honestly, Valdez has to recuperate. But check out this right here. You see Valdez coming around that guard with a looping right hand. Liam Wilson is at the wrong
Protect
range
yourself.
right here. Yes, he's taller. Yes, he has longer arms. But he wants to fight, and he's sitting in the pocket, leaning over that front knee. And you see Valdez saying, okay, I'll take it. Easy money. Thank you for coming to the range where I'm going to have success.
And then to start this 7th round, it's another left hook from Oscar Valdez.
Ooh.
Now it's Wilson who land a left hook. And this fight is going to start heating up. Wilson going downstairs. And that's where he can really hurt Valdez, I think. There's another body shot from Liam Wilson.
That's where he needs to pay dividends. He needs to pay some homage or respect down to that body.
Very few of them have been easy rounds coming into this fight. Now he's at 220 rounds as a pro.
See Valdez?
Oh, nice long straight right from Valdez.
Valdez was trying to set a lateral trap. He's moving laterally now, little by little, taking small steps, looking for Liam to run into something. And you know what it is. It's going to be the left hook. Williams has to be smart on the entryway. There's the left hook right there.
And he caught him in the southpaw stance. How does that change? Is it you're closer to the left hook now from the southpaw stance if you Wilson?
You are closer. Yes, you are. But, and Valdez doesn't really use that lead hand to occupy you as well, But it's going to leave opportunity for Valdez, because he doesn't battle with the lead hand, to sit on his left hook as Wilson attempts to use his jab.
See Wilson walking forward, trying to break down the guard of Oscar Valdez, who's in that peekaboo stance.
Yeah. See? You see him try to shoot that jab, and you see Oscar trying to time him with that left hook. Now, if Oscar plays with his lead hand, then it becomes a sword battle up front. Then he's not going to have enough power to be generated. But if he sits back.
Right counter, another right hand from Valdez. Putting some power behind it.
And Wilson was expecting Valdez not to be ready.
Oh, here comes Oscar Valdez, and Wilson is on the brink of going down. This is vintage Oscar Valdez, 33 years old. Grit, heart, glory. And the fans are on their feet. How much did he leave in the tank here with 30 seconds left? Valdez once again landing with the right hand. And he's going after Liam Wilson. You do not want to make Mark Nelson make a decision here if you're Liam Wilson. Got to start answering back because Valdez is landing uppercuts. Valdez has bad intentions here, and the fight is over. Mark Nelson steps in as Wilson did nothing, and Valdez made him do his job despite suffering a cut.